Welcome, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Josh, and today we're going to take you into a Raghouse where this week they cleared out some old lawyer's house, so there's a bunch of old clothes. I'm excited to show you. And if you wait till the end of the video, we'll actually do a haul over a bunch of the stuff that we found, and you can see for yourself. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what they have today. Look at that. It's got a V-stitch, but it's modern. That's funny. Hey, hey! Chucky! Oh! That's pretty cool, Jensen. Oh, that's pretty big. Ancient Cove. Denim duster.
If I can't drink all of it, I'm giving you the rest of it. If I can't drink all that chocolate milk, you give me that. Get out of the way, Pinocchio.
There you go, that's you, Chucky. Apparently was a bail from the day I wasn't here, and you can already see there's some women's 505s, some women's 505s, vintage. I would have picked up. There's like a single stitch t-shirt there. That's what happens when you don't get here for a day. Stuff gets bailed and it's lost forever, just about. Like, who knows what that graphic is right there. But yeah, gotta stay on top of things. Yeah. What's this? Well, that's cool. Big old shirt too. Pretty sick.
There'll be enough in the dumpster.
Union line. Two. Before I got bailed. What the heck in the world? It's a blanket.
It's a quilt block.
That'd be the end. That'd be the end. This is bothering me right here. This right here is bothering me so much. So much. Look at this. Sanfordized. This is old. It's like probably 60s or older. Oh. Chop chop.
What?
Well, that's cool. Like old bitty.
In the broom. I don't go back porch order. Oh, 145.
145. That's almost the end of the day. Question is, how old is this? Oh, it's fairly manufactured.
What?
It's like Cowhide Cafe Racer Tracker. Don't know who made it. It's not that old. YKK zipper, but pretty good condition. Pretty dope.
I ate a steak yesterday,
Yesterday, yeah.
and one of my, this one here that used to be up,
Uh huh.
it fell out.
Oh my gosh.
One right there.
Oof.
What flavor are those?
This is pretty cool. Kind of a Coogee style thing, but it's Franco Dante. Pretty dope though. On the hay. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Got made of metal there. It's kind of a higher quality piece right there. Here. Look at that shirt. Wow. Probably pick it. Good. Let's see what we got here. Christmas.
I got something that feels old. They're old to me anyway.
Well, from like 2000.
Yes, you got 100 kids already.
4. So yeah, four of them.
Hey, the rest of the season.
Oh, that's kind of cool looking. Yeah, we'll take that. This is a weird jacket.
Your waist will still not get worked out. Your way.
It'll still end up right there at some point.
You ain't like that now
I
anyway.
know. Yeah, they've got lots.
You know what I mean?
Sure enough.
Both of $10 bills.
You were not lying.
And they are real.
All right. Gotta go to Mexico. See. This one's still pretty dope. Single stitch. Yola bunny. Pokemon shirt. Charizard hat. That's pretty cool.
All right, so a pretty wild day at the Raghouse. Of course, there was some stuff I really wish I got there earlier to get before they got in the baler. Unfortunately, I missed it. But still have some really cool stuff here to show you, so let's go ahead and dig in without further ado. Order here we have a brand you should always probably pick up is H-Bar-C Ranchwear. We have this sort of vintage, I think probably 70s or 80s. Maybe less than that or younger than that, but still really cool. This will sell really well. Here we have this very 70s, maybe even 60s cardigan sweater, a little bit longer. Unfortunately, the tag is gone, but you can definitely feel the acrylic feel. The pockets down here, this sort of weave right here is super cool. And the buttons really kind of give it away. This sort of cat's eye mother of pearl button, super cool. Definitely a nice little trendy piece right there. 60s or 70s for sure. All right, here's another really interesting piece. We have this like cropped t-shirt, something like this. I don't really know if it's, I mean, I guess it's really short, but it's actually knit. So this looks like a 60s or 70s piece. Doesn't have the label anymore, but it's knit, which is a pretty unusual thing. It didn't really happen much in the 80s or the 90s, so I'm assuming here 70s or 60s. This came from the Lawyers collection, so more stuff like this, definitely probably from that era. So cool shirt right there. What else do we got? We have some military stuff. I'm assuming this probably came from him as well. It looks like he may have come out of the military in the late 60s and went into lawyering. But this is like a 1968 or so, from what I can tell, military field shirt. It's a little damaged, but it's okay. U.S. Army. But there's more pieces from that era in here as well. Here are some of those pieces. This one right here is actually from, I think, the 70s. This is Redhead. They're currently owned by Bass Pro Shop. This is before they were owned by Bass Pro Shop. We have some canvas, or duck canvas hunting pants, double front, like leather or at least painted canvas double fronts. It's a cool piece. This is all part of a whole Redhead hunting set. The jacket's in here somewhere. We'll get to it in a minute. Here we have a kind of, I don't know what they call it, Sherpa or not, but it's like polyester Sherpa. John Blair menswear, like outer coat, rain jacket type thing. Very 70s for sure. We have this shirt right here. This is a Towncraft by Pennies, like casual striped shirt, very 70s. Those actually are fairly popular still these days. We have this random kind of tradition, sort of random 90s wild looking shirt. I think this will do pretty well once it needs a little bit of a cleanup, but that's still pretty cool. Here is one I always pick up. These are like, this is not Coogee, but it is Coogee-esque, got that Coogee style. This is Franco Dante. Got that Coogee style vertical stripes with all the different like sewing patterns here. Super cool. These are great. They sell pretty well. Not Coogee again, but pretty close. Here's a really cool one I love. This is a surf style windbreaker, which was really popular like a few years ago in the vintage community. But this one has a bunch of Harley Davidson stuff printed on it. Obviously not an official piece or anything, but super cool to see both those things on there on a surf style windbreaker. Definitely helps its appeal. We have a vintage 70s Wrangler short sleeve Western shirt Pearl snaps, those are always great. Here is another pair of redheads hunting wear, but these are a bit older. You can see this is the older logo right here, the older logo, probably 60s, 50s on this one right here. It's a bit different, bigger size. It's got an old Talon zipper. It's got the double fronts as well. Actually, I'm starting to get quite a bit of a collection of these. They don't necessarily move very fast, but they are still pretty cool to pick up, and I definitely don't want to leave them and let them just get rotted away. So I definitely want to pick those up. We have a JCPenney like 80s or a 70s disco shirt right here with like little moons on it. You can tell it's 70s by these big old collars. Definitely a cool little disco piece. They do pretty well. We have this sort of random, I think it's a patterned skirt, so it's homemade. But it's got these like metal buttons on the back. It's really long. It's got buttons all the way down the back. It's got this bee, like these like colorful bees and bugs. This type of pattern can be pretty desirable just because you don't find the patterns anymore. So people love to pick up some of these more unusual ones. More Coogee-esque stuff. This time it's Norm Thompson coming in the clutch. This one looks great. This is probably the best one I found as far as the style is concerned. Lots of color, lots of patterns. These do really well. Like I said, we have more disco shirts here. This one is probably another like JCPenney's, but we have those circles here. Big collar, disco shirt, polyester. Gonna do just fine. We have this Mother's Light Oh the Irish. I assume it's an alcohol or a beer beverage drink. It's on the Fruit of the Loom XL single stitch. That's a cool tee. This is one of the cooler pieces we found. This is not vintage as far as I can tell, but this is a cowhide, which I don't think is the brand or anything. It's just that's the leather. Leather racing motorcycle jacket, kind of the cafe racer style, but it's got like Velcro here. I don't think it's vintage, but it is in great condition, high quality. I can't find a brand anywhere on it, but still pretty cool to pick that up at the Raghouse for cheap. All right, we have some more cool stuff here. This was cool if this only was an actual adult size. The Lola Bunny Space Jam single stitch t-shirt made by Freeze. This is a really cool one of my favorite t-shirts we found. This is the Nakona Boot Company single stitch t-shirt. The rattlesnake and the knife, super dope. Size large. Let's see what else we have. This is pretty cool, pretty unusual little piece. We have this clear blue, got this like vertical pattern, cotton hoodie, like long oversized shirt, very 90s, pretty cool. We have this, we have a couple of things like this, Oakton, sort of a random like 90s, 80s t-shirts, some unique styles there. We have this vintage Wrangler t-shirt, made in USA. Blessed are the losers, for they determine the winners. Little Wrangler vintage tee. A lot of stuff from like Sears and JCPenney's, which is pretty common. It's not uncommon to see that. We have some Sears, vintage like 70s Sears carpenter pants. I think definitely the 70s. They don't have any interior tags, so maybe earlier than that, but I think it's the 70s. So let's see what the zippers were. I forgot what the zippers were. But Talon 42 we're probably looking at. No, these might be a bit older. They have the Scoville guard lock, which are similar to the gripper zippers. So maybe 60s, but I think 70s is the safest bet. We have some more Western shirts. We have the Bronco short sleeve Western shirt with some pattern, some embroidery on it. It's pretty cool. 70s. We have another Norm Thompson right here. Stripe, kind of got a little bit of the Coogee idea, but wild patterns are always cool. This one's cool. We have a Browning wax canvas jacket. It's pretty dope. I don't necessarily know how old it is. There's another piece of Browning clothing in here. This is probably like late 80s, early 90s is my guess. But it's a cool jacket nonetheless. What else we have? Still plenty to go. And this is obviously, unfortunately I can't show absolutely everything here, but we have some like 90s, 80s knit sweaters. I'd love to pick those up. Sometimes I'll lot them out in lots. Here we have a vintage military coat. This is size 44S. I'm guessing it's going to go along with similar age to the rest of the stuff around the late 60s, early 70s. That one's in good condition, nice and clean. We have a couple more. Here's some more like 90s, 80s knit sweaters. Again, I pick those up every time. We have this sort of like chambray denim type Western shirt here. It's unbranded, or at least the tag has been removed, so I don't know what the brand is. My guess is it's Penny's or Sears, like some of the stuff, because that would have come from the, I think it came from the lawyer's house. We have the OBR. I don't really know the brand very well, but it's definitely got the 80s pleated, like high-rise pants. These are cool. They're kind of loose to the thighs and tapered down. I think the style's kind of in right now, so those were cool to pick up. We have some Big Ben like work slacks, or excuse me, Big Mac work slacks. These are by Penny's. This is probably late 60s, early 70s as well. We have more disco shirts. This one is unbranded, but it does have its tags. I'm thinking late 70s on this one. But it's a beautiful polyester disco shirt. Big old collars, should do well. We have this sort of random, let's see, not random, but Burbrook all-weather trench coat. It's older, definitely 70s, maybe earlier than that. We have a military jacket here, a formal jacket. It has some damage. Man's coat, wool, tropical blue, AF shade 1084. I don't really know what the date is. Oh, 1970. You can kind of see it here. It says 1970. So 1970 on this thing. Pretty cool. Probably Army is my guess, as the other stuff is also Army. This one's super cool. We have the Malibu Grand Prix white crew neck sweater, 1988. Super dope. We have some more stuff here. We have, let's see, what are these? This is Kings Road, which is a Sears brand. Love picking up Kings Road. There is quite the following for Kings Road, so it should be fine. Here's that other part of the redhead, the 70s redhead jacket, maybe 80s, but I think at least 70s, or at most 70s. But whole jacket, it's an extended one, so it's a bit longer than some of the other ones you'll find. Super cool. We'll sell that with the pants as well as a whole set. Here's a pretty sweet 80s Winter Circle hoodie, very dope. We have the limited pink women's good small size high rise tapered jean. Those are always good sellers. We have black sheep clothing, like this like nice soft like hunting shirt. Here is stuff that I pick up when I find it. I don't really know what to do with it all the time, but I pick it up. Size 10 is the only tag that's in here. This is probably a pattern make, some pink dress, definitely like a 60s, 70s vibe for sure. Got a little peek through here. It's got these beautiful pearl buttons. I think that'll actually do quite well, to be honest, because it's such a period piece, and it's in really good condition, good size as well. We have some flannels here. This one is a vintage St. John's Bay. This one is unbranded, but it's still pretty cool. When I say unbranded, most likely just means that the tags have been removed. But this is a great flannel too. Good colors, good patterning. We have the Gramici or something like Gramici. I don't know, but it seems like some sort of outdoor trekking gear. That's the sweatshirt. We have some pants in here somewhere from the same brand that we'll get to. Here we have some vintage Levi's pearl snap Western shirt. It's got some holes, really thin. We have the Panhandle Slim vintage Western shirt in really good condition. Blue stripes are nice. Here we have, this is the Gramici or whatever it's called. Gramici, like trekking outdoor pants. Not sure what the value is on those, but I'll have to do some research. Here are the Browning, vintage Browning pants with Gore-Tex. They do have the Gore-Tex. Everyone loves their Gore-Tex. So vintage Gore-Tex is always fun to find. This one, made in USA. Nice camo pants on the Gore-Tex, cool pattern. Here's a cool one from the 90s, or the early 2000s at least, or at most, I think. Calvin Klein, Sherpa collar, wool blend, jacket, women's. It's a really cool piece. We have another women's dress, polyester dress. This is definitely from the 70s, I think. Claire Larrabee, much longer, much bigger, much taller woman. Cool piece. It's got some issues, but we'll see. We'll probably sell it. We have the Ex Officio, trekking outdoor like rain jacket, hiking jacket. It's not really vintage per se, but picked it up. It should sell okay. We have the Denim Express, just a cool little like 90s half zip hoodie. It's pretty cool. We have the Nortex, size large. I think this is probably 70s, maybe late 60s. Real thick cotton, maybe even thick cotton shirt. Actually, it's pretty dope. It's kind of cropped, but got a really cool look to it. We have a couple more things here. We have some pants here. There's some slacks that I picked up because I thought they're pretty old. It just says wash and wear here on the tag. That's all I can tell. The zipper is a Clonip zipper, so not entirely sure how old that is. We have the North Face, this modern, it's almost like brand new hoodie that I'll probably lot up. And then the best item I think I found, or the coolest item, most interesting item I found, was this like buckskin 1940s or 50s Daniel Boone leather jacket. Super cool. Got a good vibe. It's cropped. Not in the greatest condition, but probably the oldest thing, one of the oldest things I found last week in the Raghouse. So super cool and happy to find that. And that was the haul. I hope you enjoyed it. And here's to the future hauls that we can find in the future. I hope we'll see you there. We'll see you later. Peace.